This view is going to look a little bit different in the future. That is a really pretty view with the leaves changing in the back. This is the farm, and this will be our new building. We are moving our normal business up here. This isn't YouTube related, but I'm sure I'll be doing all kinds of YouTube crap in here. It's going to be 60 by 100 heated floor, 16-foot outside wall, 14-foot interior clearance. It's going to be pretty sweet. We're going to have a ton of power, so we can have run TIG welders and MIG welder and any kind of machine we want to run. We're going to have 400 amps of service, which should be plenty. So yeah. Now I've neglected to take a video because we have had such bad weather. As you can see, they're just on and off. But they have the pad all done. And so the barn, 60 by 100. So these are going to be the corners. And evidently these are what they do to shore up when they drill the holes where the stakes go, or the posts. It's all pre-built over there. Then here are our trusses and other assorted building materials. I think it looks really pretty. I haven't seen it at this stage yet. We're having Buck and Bossman Construction build it. So far, they've been amazing to work with. And we're using a Walters building, as you can see. I was here when they unloaded everything. And that was pretty cool. Seeing those giant trusses, I'll walk over them in a minute. They're huge. Well, obviously, they have to span 60 foot. But, I mean, you could basically play a flag football game in here. It's pretty sweet. But no, they seem to be pretty skilled with the loader. That looks really good. This was just a sharp edge when it was initially done. But yeah, here's our dirt that came out of the ground. This should be really sweet. Sorry, allergies. This whole wall right here is going to have no doors, no nothing. The house is eventually going to go right over there. So there's going to be a 14 by 12 foot door, or 14 by 14, 14 by 14 foot door right there, facing that way. And this half will be our maintenance fixing crap section. And then this part will be our keep things section. So, and then we're going to have a bathroom right there. And the power, well, it's going to be biased a little bit this way. And then we're going to have our utilities closet right there with the in-floor heating boiler. We have natural gas here, so we can run natural gas. In this closet right here, be enough room to put like cleaners and all that, vacuum and whatever. But we'll have our power service in there, so all of our breakers will be in there. And then on the front of the building will be two 14 by 14 foot doors in the very front, feeding out toward the road. So that'll be really easy. So we can pull, trucks around here if we're going to fix our broken things that I usually break. And this will kind of mean a little bit of a change for the channel. I haven't even driven my Excursion in probably 3 years. I don't think I've driven, it may be longer. It's a scary thought. I just haven't had time. I was starting my professional career and I got a new truck because I just needed to have something that was bang on reliable all the time. Not the Excursion is reliable, but I have a bad habit of making things unreliable by modifying them. So, or just unfit for daily use. It's lifted 7 inches, but that it's 5 inches higher than what a Super Duty would come at. So I had it leveled anyway. So it went up like 5 inches, which is a sizable amount, and it's on 37s and not exactly daily driver quality 456 gears, which aren't the problem. They're great. I wish I would have gone 488s because I initially thought 35s would fit. This was before I started daily driving on 35s, and I thought those were big tires. So I've done a lot of wheeling on smaller tires. You don't need to have a huge tire to have fun. But yeah, this will allow us to get a lot of work done. In theory, those flaggies, and you can see one over there, this will be corner to corner. So someone wants to do A squared, B squared, C squared on 60 by 100. I'm going to bet it's 127 feet. I don't know. I'm just guessing. It's a good ways. I mean, you could literally throw a football inside the building. It's going to be pretty cool. But, I mean, we're going to have, hopefully, so this back wall here is going to be where all the power is led. Hopefully all the big power. So 223 phase, 220 single phase. And we have extension cords for 223 phase and single phase. We've got a 100-foot drop in the shop that we can carry around and do whatever we need to do. We're about, I think it's 207 feet off the road from the front of the building. So plenty far. I mean, no one's living in this. This is a workshop. But this is replacing our 7,000 square foot building in the city. We have an old machine shop that we do our our work in, tear apart cars, and do store pieces of wrecked cars, all that fun stuff. So hopefully we've done a lot less of that lately because of EDRs. The onboard crash system on a vehicle is really handy. And in most cases these days, thanks for, God dang it, guys, I'm sorry, my allergies are terrible. I gotta sneeze. Thanks to Cash for Clunkers, there's very few old cars still on the road in terms of being daily driven. So most vehicles these days, they get in a wreck, they have at least a rudimentary form of EDR. And therefore, we don't really need to retain the car so much because the crush damage isn't as valuable anymore because we have the Delta B in the EDR file, the image of the EDR at the time of collision. So we have pre-crash speed and steering angle and all kinds of fun stuff to work with. So we don't have to keep the car. And mechanical failures are so rare now. It's basically just stupid people or people making mistakes. We're not paying attention. Those are basically your causes of accidents. So we're not retaining as many cars anymore. Or a combination of all three. Keep that in mind. It's always more than one thing. So yeah. But, so we're going to probably have 110 around the whole shop. And then we'll probably keep the 220 all down this wall. We'll have the air compressor down there by the utility closet. So we'll have air on this wall and probably a couple of reels to go across. We'll have power down that wall because I envision keeping lawnmowers and four-wheelers over there and fixing them, working on them, that kind of thing. We're going to have 11 foot. It's 11 foot offset from the corner to the first door. So we're going to have basically an 11-foot bay on that side the whole way down to keep things. So my bad habits can only grow. We're going to use the shop too. I want to eventually farm this in hay. And hopefully we're going to have a small goat barn here. My better half and my daughter want to do 4-H. And I mean, I think it'd be really cool too. I don't have any background in that. But I mean, I learn anything I put my mind to. So we'll figure it out. But this is currently about 40 acres of corn. There's a total of 46 here. The perimeter is kind of clear, not planted for hunting purposes. And I'll probably do a similar thing. I'm probably going to basically design it as an ideal hunting situation, as well as grow our hay here. We're going to have animals up close to the house and to the barn so that they're not out in the far reaches. And we'll probably do hay around, and obviously the pasture will be hay. I would like to get into having some cows, and so this is kind of the long-term plan for the farm. And the shop is really the beginning of that, because in order for us to do hay, we obviously can't buy new equipment. Nobody can afford to buy new equipment unless you're a 1,000-acre farm. We're going to be buying probably a older international haybine, and potentially either a John Deere, probably not a John Deere, they're hit and miss there, but international baler. We're probably going to start with square bales and then go to round bales once we get higher in production, when we get to cows, because obviously you can put it on a bale spear and load it in. So yeah, this is going to be the beginning. We're going to buy used equipment, and I'm going to fix it in here, as well as probably some older tractors. I was dead set on buying a newer tractor, a bigger tractor, like a farm-size tractor. They're just too expensive. And I think that there's more majesty in fixing up a couple old Farmalls. I'd like to get a Super M, an MD, a Super H, and a Super C, and a, I mean, they don't all have to be supers, but basically I want an A for pulling things around and potentially snow plowing. I want a C for, you know, pulling things around and probably moving a hay trailer and stuff like that. I built a long time ago a big steel trailer. It's not really as ideal because the fenders are close together. You can't put like a pickup truck on it. Can't even fit a car on it. They're too skinny. I had initially built it. Back in the day, we used to ride up north a lot. We'd bring 12 different people up, multiple cars, and I wanted to be able to put all our machines on one trailer, strap them all down, and be done. That's why I built it. But I built these hefty ramps. I think I had in my mind I was going to be able to put cars and trucks on it. Like, the trailer's good enough. It's just the ramp's too close. So what I might do, too, is bring that trailer. It's here. It's not here, but it's here. As soon as we get a welder in here, I think I'm going to build some drive-over ramps for that trailer, because that trailer is a beast. And I think it would be really cool to have, a trailer sorted out. But we're going to use that probably to move hay around. So, yeah. Currently, obviously, it's in corn. This won't come off until probably early November, hopefully a little bit mid-November, or preferably around gun season, or maybe, amazingly, if it was like November, 9th when it came off, and we had till November 13th or 14th to bow hunt this, that'd be pretty sweet. But obviously, we're bow hunting it now. But it'd be pretty sweet when the corn comes off. Especially if he accidentally did it in stages, like if he did the front half. I guess no, the back half first. That'd be pretty sweet. I'm getting way off on the train of thought here. So, we're going to keep walking here. So I tried to design this as kind of my dream shop. We've accumulated a lot of nice equipment over the years. Some nice welders. We have a really nice electronically controlled bandsaw that's still in a crate we haven't used. So that's going to be pretty sweet for building stuff here. Hopefully I'm not giving away his trade secrets. I'm not trying to. So yeah, we're going to have I think it's a 10-foot long, I think it's 16 or 14-foot long porch right here. So what I'm thinking is we're going to have an outdoor wood stove, just because I like wood stoves. I want to sit out here. The pipe will go up like this. You can see I have the bonfire pit here. We stayed right there when we started for opening bow, and we didn't have any fires because it was blowing like stink. On Saturday night, Friday night, we didn't have a bonfire because it started raining, but we had a wood stove on. By Saturday morning, which is opening day of bow season here, it was blowing like 35, gusting to 45. So, no wood stove, and we didn't burn any wood that I brought here. But there's a little bonfire pit right here, so it doesn't really matter. But this is kind of a fun little place, and especially once the corn comes off, this will be a nice place to sit, hang out, have a beer, sit by a fire, barbecue, and take in the scenery of. It's a beautiful place. I'm really proud of this place. But yeah. So I guess continuing to walk around. There's gonna be a human door somewhere. I'm pretty sure on the drawings it says 10 foot. So right there. So I have a human door. We're gonna have probably a window. We're trying to debate on, do we put a window in the corner, so one here and one there, or do we put two along the back? We're only going to have 2 windows because we're going to have enough room for my dad and I to have a desk here to work on laptops, or probably just on our laptops. I mean, we're probably not going to bring a desktop all the way here. So do we put it kitty corner? We'll see when the building goes up, because it's not going to matter a whole lot until they start framing it. The posts will go up, then the ridge poles things, and then they'll put the trusses on, I think, and then they'll put all the cross members and all the, I think they're called, what the heck is it called? I can't think of it. I'm not a builder. I don't pretend to be. So yeah, human door. Then right by it is going to be the 14-foot access door. Dang it, I gotta sneeze again. All right, it went away. So we'll be able to access straight into our shop. We're going to have a car lift there and a car lift there. And then all here will be places where we can work on things, probably have some workbenches, some tool benches, things like that. We're probably going to keep the welders over in there. And then we'll have plenty of room along this back wall, and then both in this door and that door to store things. If we ever start tinkering around with machining things, we're going to wire it to have a CNC over there. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I hope it does, but we'll have to see how things go. But I would like to tinker around. I want to build, I want to restore some tractors, fix some farm equipment. I would really like to finish my Kodiak. I got a 4500 Kodiak chassis. It was in a wreck. It has a Duramax, or it has an LBZ. It's out of it and on the floor. The chassis has been outside for 3 years. I'd like to find a body, put a body on it, sell the Allison, get into ZF6 manual trans, potentially convert it to 4-wheel drive, make a flatbed, and put a winch on it. I'd really like to build the Kodiak. So if you guys can help me keep growing the channel, maybe we'll start getting some revenue where I can start throwing things at, things like that. But yeah, so this is the pad. It's pretty exciting. I'm pretty jazzed about it. They seem to be doing a really good job. I assume these are supports for when they tip the poles up, I imagine. Or maybe it's not supports, maybe it's a guide to show them. Maybe it's for a drilling guide. Maybe it's for when they drill the posts in. But yeah, we're raised up. I think it's I think we went 12 inches above the highest spot over here, which puts us, I think it's 18 inches above grade here. So we're up a good ways, which is going to prevent us from having issues with drainage. Except for me having issues with drainage. Dad jokes. So we'll have 2 doors here. 2 big 14 by 14s. It'll be 11 foot here. So it'll be over here somewhere. There. And then 14. Wherever that is. And then we'll have 10 in the middle. Then we'll have another 14-foot door. And then we'll have 11 on the outside. Not my skid steer, wish it was. So, not that fortunate. So yeah, here we are. Someday, or when this gets done, in the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, hopefully, this ramp will be gone. It'll be all rock, and I'll have a lot of rock work to do, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. Make some ramps approaching the doors, a parking area over here. That'll be pretty sweet. It's gonna be awesome. I'm pretty jazzed, and they look like they're doing a really good job. Buck Bertram is the owner of Buck Bossman Construction. I think he's a really good guy. We've had good luck with him so far. Hopefully it continues to be that way. He seems to be doing everything he says he's going to do. Yeah, I think good things are happening. And it's nice to do something with the farm. It's going to be awesome. Living here, it's going to be awesome. It's already awesome hunting here. I love coming here and cutting, down trees and all that fun stuff. And then one of the neighbors asked me to help him drag some trees that are dead out of his property and help him cut them up. So I keep my free time filled in with doing random assorted things, and it's going good. I'd love to port a saw. That's another thing I'd like to do in the barn, is to port my own saw. So maybe I can find a 372 carbureted, obviously old model, to do. We'll see. But thank you all for tuning in. This will be after, obviously, you've already seen the pictures of all the materials getting unloaded. So, yeah. If you want to see more about building the shop and how we're going to set this up, I mean, we have a good bit of experience working in shops, so we're going to try and set it up as well as we can. This will end up being, I think, a little bit bigger square footage in terms of shop. We have a 7,000 square foot shop already, but it has 3 offices and a conference room, and then a big bathroom, a big storage room. So I'm going to bet at least 2,000 of it is wrapped up in offices. Might be a little bit more, actually. So this being a true 6,000 square foot building, I think we're going to gain at least 1,000 square foot of space. We may gain more. So, yeah. This is going to be awesome. But it is pretty high, which is fine. We'll fill it back up, and that way we don't have to worry about water on the ground or anything like that. But this will be a heated floor. It'll be PEX tubing all through, and a boiler running off natural gas. Like I said, we'll have a bathroom over here, and we're gonna have the big power along this wall, the air compressor, the shop air. Probably run that pipe all the way down the shop. Excuse me. We're gonna have some power outlets on the outside. It'll all be conduit. No damaging the R value here. All the electronics will be conduit, so there won't be any holes in the wall. I'd like to have some outside power in case we need to jump start something, or you know, charge a trailer battery overnight, or put a trickle charger on something, like, you know, things like that happen. Yeah, this is where we stand, and hopefully I'll keep having updates for you. But this is going to be a 60 by 100. It'll be red with a black roof and a black wainscot, black doors all the way around. No white. Not a single bit of white on this whole dang thing. So it's going to look awesome. I think it's going to be pretty sweet. So if you could picture black and white barn with trees in the background, it's going to be awesome. So thank you all for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Feel free to comment if you have a comment. Yeah, have a great day, everyone.